Hello, I'm Vincent Angeline, and I am the Hunterdon County Teacher of the Year for 2017-18. I'm a music teacher at North Hunterdon High School. Here I direct the wind ensemble, the marching band, the string orchestra, and I teach AP Music Theory. What you're going to witness is a portion of a recent AP Music Theory class. These students range from grades 10 through 12 and have recently taken the AP Music Theory exam. During the course of the last month of the year, I like to challenge their creativity through a series of compositions that help to prepare them for their final large-scale composition. Right now we are studying ways to set text to music. I've previously introduced this concept through some classic literature, and I've spoken with them specifically about the ways to create rhythms that reflect natural speech patterns and those of the poetry that they're working with. I've given them an assignment, and they've taken a stanza of poetry and set it rhythmically. They've completed the assignment using music notation software and have sent it to me electronically. At the start of the lesson, I'm going to put up one of the examples on our smartboard, and the class and I are going to critique the rhythmic example. Then we're going to transition to adding pitch to create a complete melodic line. I'm going to describe for them 4 contours, shapes that melodies often take. We're then going to look at a piece of classic literature and look at the way this particular composer creates and shapes his melodic lines. Then we're going to collaboratively create a melody based on the rhythm that a student composed. It's a lot of fun, and I think you're going to enjoy this lesson in music composition. Let me show you the way that Vaughan Williams, the piece that we listened to yesterday, the way that Vaughan Williams set the words from Robert Louis Stevenson, "Whither Must I Wander?" So here are the first 2 phrases. Think about the shape as he proceeds. Home, no more home to me, whither must I wander? Hunger, my driver, I go where I must. Which of those 4 contours is illustrated in that first phrase? Look at the beginning and the end, and then look in the middle.
Would it be the bridge?
Yeah, it's a bridge shape. There's the high point of the bridge, and it returns to a very close approximate of the start, okay? So it is exactly a perfect fifth from bottom to top. What about the second phrase? Cold blows the winter wind over hill and heather. Thick drives the rain and my roof is in the dust. What shape is being illustrated there? Again, think about the beginning, think about the ending, and the middle.
Bridge contour?
Yeah, again, a bridge contour. Is it the same? Yeah, very similar. The big difference, of course, is now rather than a perfect fifth from bottom to top, it's a full octave. So this bridge is the span is a little higher than the first one, all right? So Vaughan Williams is using that bridge contour for both of these phrases. Now notice, I've given you some additional information. He's also creating a little bit of form with his 2 phrases. So look at the cadences I've illustrated. Think about the beginning of the phrase. What is the form of this little grouping of 2 phrases? What do we have here?
Isn't it a parallel binary form?
Okay, I'll give you the first part. It is definitely parallel. But binary, that's a different classification in our formal structures. It's a parallel what?
Period.
It's a parallel period, yes. It's a parallel period. A prime. Okay, do we see this? So he's taken this rhyming couplet, must and dust, created a parallel period with A prime phrase form. All right, so let's go back to the white rose, the words that you set. We have, again, a rhyming couplet there and there. So it's very similar to the work or to the poetry that Vaughan Williams set. In Vaughan Williams' setting, the cadence was about there and about there in his words. So in our setting of the White Rose, we're going to look to create cadences at that same spot, at love and at dove. Okay? All right, so let's do this. Let's create an original melody, a group melody, using Evans' rhythm. Let's make some decisions first. Let me clean this up too. What mode shall we use? Do we want to be major or minor? Why?
It's like happy about love.
Yeah. There's a very an affectionate feel about these words that certainly suggests major. I believe. I agree with you. What key shall we be in? We talked about the neutral keys. Something that would be easy to sing. What would be a good neutral key for this piece? What's that? E flat, my favorite key. All right, so we're going to be in E flat major. Seems to be a little schmutz up here. E flat major. Okay. Now, we're going to go this far. And we want to put a cadence at both of those words, at love and at dove, our rhyming couplet. What shall we do with the word love? What kind of a cadence do we want to put there in the middle?
You want a half cadence?
Yeah, I think that would be a grand idea, half cadence. What shall we do at the end?
An authentic cadence.
Yeah, can we be more specific? This will influence our final note.
Perfect authentic.
Okay, let's do perfect authentic cadence. Okay, so we know now that this has to be a note in the dominant, and that has to be the tonic note. Let's also think, do we want this to be a parallel or a contrasting period? Doesn't matter. No, all right, so we'll make it a parallel period. Okay? That's going to be important when we create the beginning of our second phrase. All right, one more thing, and then we'll start to create. What solfege do we want to use here? What chord would typically provide us with an anacroustic?
5.
Yeah, so what solfege might we want there?
So.
Okay, so would be a choice, or re or T. Okay. Class, what do we want there? Okay, we want so. All right. What do we want here? Okay, so we got so, do. All right, I'm going to go to the piano and play this as we create it. Who will be the scribe? Who wants to write the solfege? Harley. All right, come on up. And you can use the pen or your index finger. It doesn't matter to me. All right, so we're in the key of E flat. We have this so far. All right, so just tell me where you want to go with it. What will be the next note? Give us the solfege. Re, okay. Mi, re, do, okay. Mi, okay. So, okay. Give me the next three. Fa, mi, re. Keep going. Anybody? Ti, do. All right, now think before we get to the next two. Think about what we're going to need right there. All right, give me the next two.
Mi, re.
Mi, re, or some other choice. La, re. Do we have a preference?
Mi, so.
Mi, so. I'll make an executive decision. Let's go mi, re. Okay, let's keep going. Just throw them out to me. Go. Do. Well, let's slide that one over by one. There we go. Okay, so do. Keep going. Second line now. Keep going. Re. Oh, I heard a fa in there. Okay, go ahead. Mi. Got it. Go ahead. So. La. Okay. Keep going. So. Next three. Fa, mi, re. Okay. Now the ending is near, so be careful. Give me the next two.
Mi, re.
Mi, re. And how are we going to end? Ti, do. All right. Very good job, scribe. What does it sound like? let's try that on the words. I will help you. Here we go. 2, 3, ready, go. Keep going. Bravo! We have created something that works very nicely against that text. Good job. It has been an honor and a privilege serving as a public school teacher for the last 30 years. During that span, I have witnessed countless education reforms, trends, and ideas, many of which have come and gone. But the essential equation in education never changes. A thoroughly prepared and well-supported teacher is the best means for effectively leading students towards successful outcomes. So how can we ensure a thoroughly prepared teacher in every classroom? Teacher training programs must provide teaching candidates with ample guidance and extensive knowledge of best practices. More importantly, experiences in which pre-service teachers observe and work alongside master teachers must provide a solid foundation upon which to begin a career. Serving as a cooperating teacher for nearly 24 student teachers has offered me an invaluable opportunity to give back to the profession. Identifying experienced professionals and incentivizing the role of cooperating teacher can go a long way towards strengthening the transition into the field. Further, school districts should develop mentoring programs which pair new and veteran teachers and provide release time for planning instructional strategies, observations, or tandem teaching. Supporting all in-service teachers with meaningful professional development is also a critical element in enhancing the educational process. Meaningful professional development means that information presented be practical and pragmatic, useful and usable, and as often as possible subject specific. Even after 30 years of teaching, I still look for new ways of engaging students and of improving the efficiency and effectiveness of my teaching. Encouraging teachers to remain lifelong learners, whether through graduate courses or attending conferences, serves to energize teachers at all career stages and pays dividends in the classroom. Our students benefit exponentially when our teaching corps feel prepared, supported, and appreciated. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't mention a topic that's near to my heart. That's arts education. As a high school music teacher, I witness daily the transformative effect that exposure to and practice in the art of music making can have on the development of a child. Howard Gardner's highly regarded theory of multiple intelligences places musical knowing directly alongside that of language, math, and other essential mental processes. If Gardner's evidence is to be believed, then music has earned an indelible place in the daily curriculum of every child at every age. Music study is not just for the gifted. It can and should be cultivated for its own sake from an early age and be nurtured as an enriching lifelong experience. We owe it to our children and to society at large to foster learning, developing this important piece of the whole child. Thank you for listening.